let us talk about the stage which is about selection, not elimination. That is phase two. So, what do you think one should do different for phase two preparation? Can you share your strategy, especially for ESI paper one, and also give tips to the candidate, because here they are confused with static ESI and current affairs ESI. So, how did you complete your or what was your strategy for ESI current?
ESI, again, I mainly focused on current affairs, and based on previous year's questions, I knew that they are asking very detailed questions. So I tried to cover the schemes which were in news for the past 6 months in a bit more detail. I even used to check websites of some of the schemes, like Life Mission was asked last year. If someone had checked the website, everything was given which was asked, but not it was not seen in newspaper or all, but on the website it was given very thoroughly. So my main focus was especially the major schemes which have been newly launched, I should be so thorough कि any type of question, if that comes, I would be able to solve. ESI objective, majority of the questions are scheme based. And second theme which is common is the international bodies. So reports about them and some basics about international bodies you should cover. When were they founded? Who are the members? What is the core purpose? At least these two things should be covered for objective. For subjective, it is a bit tricky because the syllabus is very wide. Like topics like women empowerment and social issues, which are a bit difficult to cover. Again, you can prepare some data points for some of them. At least important issues like women, climate, these are being asked very frequently. So you can prepare some data points and and some basic contents about what is the challenge and what is the solution. That's what I did for a lot of the topics.
And sir, what for finance and management? Because many of the students are not having commerce background, so they
Hmm.
are also scared of finance specifically. So, what was your strategy for finance and management?
For management, I had picked a single source and I just used identified the topics which were given in the syllabus and did only those topics. Like if there were three theories of motivation in the syllabus, I would do those three theories only and would not focus on other theories of motivation. So in this way, I stuck to my one single source and did it multiple times. First time I made short notes out of it, and then I kept on revising.
Okay, sir.
And
Can you? Uh,
one more thing I would like to
yeah.
add.
Yes, sir. Continue.
In management and finance, like in management especially, this year I added many examples to my answer, like Henry Fayol, 14 points. So in every book, the 14 points are there. But if you can add examples to it of current affairs or any company you know, so that would add real value to your answer. So
Correct.
that's one thing I added. Even in theories of motivation, I had prepared some examples. So
Yes.
that's something I did.
Sir, like connecting to this point only, where you came to answer writing. So, considering that in phase one, out of 300, 200 marks are dedicated to answer writing,
Yeah.
similar to value addition example as you have given, overall, how did you practice the answer writing? Considering that typing speed, then errors in the answer writing, as we are going to type, not write the answers. How
Mhm.
did you adopt this answer writing practice, which is very different from other competitive exams?
So again, the same thing. Like in this, I did not give full marks. I regularly I did sectional marks for this. So I would write two or one answers for FM at least daily, and one answer for English, either an essay or a précis. And then for the grammar part, I used to use Grammarly. I would just copy paste my answer, and they would tell my mistakes. So I think that helped me a lot. Like small mistakes like capital and small letters or use of punctuations and all that I was able to identify from Grammarly, which helped me improve, which later on I myself realized the number of mistakes kept on reducing. So one thing that you can do. And for like many students do not practice dynamic questions. They are stuck on static questions. In ESI, you need to practice dynamic questions they are like not asking directly what is inflation or what is GDP. They're asking something applied. This report came out and what are the challenges associated with it. So in
Correct.
ESI, try to identify better questions. FM, you can go directly. They will directly ask the Henry Fayol theory or what is the difference between these two styles of leadership. So FM is more direct and ESI, you need to be more dynamic.
When we are talking about phase two only, how important is English descriptive in phase two? And ideally, many of the students have an attitude that, okay, essay, what practice I'll be doing? I'll directly go to exam. So, can you stress on the overall English descriptive preparation for phase two?
I think English is very important for phase two because like FM and ESI, they can change the pattern. Maybe next this year they will ask very tough questions in FM or ESI. But English is one area where like there's a bit of more consistency. And whatever there are four topics of essay, you will be aware about at least one or two. In Pressy, the content is given on the paper. The RC is the same as there. So the uncertainty is less in English. Second, it's very easy to prepare if you are able to cut out few mistakes and like essay and all. If you write two or three essays, you will see significant improvement. Unlike in FM and ESI, where you have to cram the content, then again practice multiple times, multiple types of questions. So, like English has a clear advantage. It's the area where you have to give very little time, but the rewards could be very good. If you directly go and write again, you won't realize the mistakes you have made, and you will think you have written very good, but there will be mistakes, and the marks will reflect it.
Correct, sir. Uh, During your preparation for phase one as well as phase two, were there any topics which you found like these are very challenging? And then once understanding your weakness, how did you overcome these topics? Like what was your strategy? Okay, maybe you're weak in this, so I should do this. How should student also do the same? Can you just like guide students in this context?
Yes, I think various topics I found slightly tricky, like corporate governance in banking sector. I found a bit tricky, and there were some topics in ethics I found a bit tricky. Again, I would make sure that I'm writing the answer, like corporate governance. Rather than writing just one answer, I tried to write two, three answers so that I was able to get a good grip of the question and the topic. Um, and I would do multiple revisions. I think you have to trust your source. I think there was temptation to try looking at other sources, but I thought it will create more confusion. I should just stick to my single source and revise it multiple times.
Correct.
And I think that will.
So when we are considering phase two exam as well as uh, when a student is just maybe he's giving first time the phase 2 exam, what should be the mindset and real time strategy for that? And are there any don'ts, that means things to avoid specifically for phase 2?
Like one of the things to avoid, we have already discussed. Ki don't think you will just go to the paper and be able to solve it. Practice, give enough time for mocks. And second thing is stick to the syllabus. They will not ask anything outside the syllabus. Stick to the syllabus. And third thing, like practice typing. Do not write the answers. I've seen many students who are writing the answers as practice. It is better if you could type them because in real exam you have to type and the time constraint you will realize. And when there is time constraint, there will be typos. So if you are well practiced, you can avoid those typos and better manage your time.
Correct.
You will have an idea, ki, okay, I have written 900 words in this much time. The next question, can I reduce the words or can I increase the words? How much I can write? That should be very clear in your mind.
Yes, a very important tip you have given actually. So this is the level at which I think students should understand. Sir is trying to tell that even you should be well versed with your word limit. So this much
Yeah.
extent you have to do answer writing practice. Uh, Sir, the next stage, that is interview. So how did you prepare for interview, and what are the three four things any student, if he is selected in phase one, phase two, and now he is maybe going for interview for the first time, what are the two three things which he should have on his checklist before interview or for his interview preparation?
I think biodata is the biggest thing in interview. Whatever form you're filling, make sure you are honest in it because they will catch you if they're lying. And second, you should be very well prepared in it. And thirdly, if there are any issues in your biodata, like many students are afraid ki they have 5 or 6 years of gap. I don't think that is a problem. Whatever you have done, whatever you have written, you have to be thorough in that. They won't judge you ki, oh, 5 year gap, you should not select. It won't happen. So, and many students try to write too much in their biodata. I think we should avoid that. Like, keep it limited, keep it to important achievements and important professional goals you have achieved so that you are both able to prepare well and feel confident while going to the examination for the
Correct.
interview.
Correct. Sir, as 2024 exam is just around the corner, as new students are also in this competition, what would you give as an advice for RBI Grade B 2024 and especially freshers who are giving the exam for the first time?
For freshers, I would say ki, uh, understand the demand of the examination. Many times it takes 1 or 2 attempts to understand the demand of the examination. See the question papers thoroughly, see the syllabus thoroughly, understand the exam of the demand of the examination. If you are able to do that, I think the exam is crackable in the first attempt itself, provided you are focused enough and motivated enough to do it.
Correct, sir. Sir, as of course you cleared the exam, overall you sailed the journey, you would be the right person to tell the students as an RBI Grade B officer that how your exam preparation also, like rest of the candidate, was challenging. And if it was challenging, how to keep yourself motivated throughout the process and how to maintain your mental strength. Are there any specific things to do? You can just share it very briefly so that student do will understand and they will have inspiration or strength for their 2024 attempt also and maybe in future attempts also.
Uh, yeah, of course, motivation was a challenge, but I had the support of my family. You can have, you know, at least have 2, 3 people who know about you so that they are able to support you throughout. Share with them. Many people don't share that when they are in trouble. I think that's one thing you can do. Ki share with your family or with your friends. Ki I'm having trouble. I'm demotivated. I'm feeling depressed. Ki I won't be able. And they will uplift you. So in that way, you can carry on. And that's it. I think consistency is key. It doesn't matter if you're not like no one is able to study 8, 7, 8 hours on daily, but at least try to make sure that 4, 5 days if you have don't have a stretch where you haven't studied at all. Take a break of 1 day and then again come back if you are really feeling demotivated. Ideally, in last 60 days, try to avoid the break. At least give 2 to 3 hours. If you're not feeling like motivated, I used to give mocks. It's a good way, कि आज पढ़ाई का मन नहीं करे, you can give a mock. So this can be done.
Correct. Sir, I think we come to an end of this particular session. I think this was a very important session so that as an RBI Grade B officer, you yourself only gave answers to most of the questions which were of course real time problems as well as doubts of many of the students who would be giving exam this year. So I would thank you again for take outing a special time also and being on our platform. Many of the students who had all of their doubts related to phase one, phase two, I think most of these doubts have been cleared by Aviral sir. Sir, last thing I'll be asking you. So overall, now being the part of an prestigious organization and being an RBI officer, so overall, you also would be looking at your past that how you prepared. So I would just want to ask you, how was the feeling when you saw your number or maybe when you saw it that you cleared the RBI Grade B exam? I just want you to remember that moment and share that moment with us so that student also could connect that like how important this journey is for everyone.
Initially, when I saw my number, like I checked it multiple times, it was a feeling of disbelief. Okay, have I really cleared all the three stages finally? Have I really been selected? But after that, it was like very ecstatic. I was for a few days, and it was a very good feeling. And I think it felt कि ठीक है, whatever effort has been put in, finally the result is there, and it was totally worth it.
Correct, sir. So thank you very much for being there on the platform also. I know that you would be
Thank you.
very busy in your schedule, but you also had that like initiative that let me come and guide students who are preparing for this year RBI Grade B exam. So a lot of thanks, not only just from our side, but also from lot of students who would be connecting through this very important guiding session from you. Thank you very much, and sir, we hope that we will see you again if students are again needing the guidance from you.
Definitely, I would be really happy to help anyone. So yeah, thank you so much for having this.
Thank you.
I
Uh,
hope some of them benefit.
yes, yes, definitely, sir. I think the best of the wishes from sir. All the students would be getting these wishes.
Yes, all
For
the
all,
best to everyone.
yeah. So with this, we will end this particular session. All the students who are preparing for RBI Grade B 2024 this year, if you are a fresher, if you have prepared, if you really like this session, definitely mention it in the comment section. If you have any doubts, then definitely we have given Google form in this description. You can go and even ask your doubts. We will connect you through our counselors. Not only that, yes, for Aviral sir also, you can mention your comments because he has taken out his precious time just to come on the platform and to guide students. So I hope that this session was informative. Thank you very much and see you next time.